Hi guys, and as you see in front of you, we are continuing on with page 184, topic 29, chance today. And actually the usual thing, before I start, I want to draw your attention to yesterday's revision on weight. And as you can see, we have 35 centimeters. We did that. Have a close look at it. Then 6¼ meters. So a quarter of a meter is 25 centimeters. So that makes it 6 meters, 25 centimeters. And that's 6.25. Because remember, 25 out of a possible 100 means there's 2 zeros in 100. So it's 0.25 of a meter. And then 6 over 25, 6 and 25 over 100. And I didn't break that down because it's actually there, 6¼ meters. Okay. So 6.75 meters, and we know that that's 6 meters, 75 centimeters, which is 6 point, that is a decimal point, it's just a bit faint, 75 meters, and then that's 6 and 75 over 100, and obviously I could break that down into 6 3/4 of a meter. Just didn't write it in because I couldn't fit it in. Then 201 centimeters. So there's 100 centimeters in a meter, therefore there are 200 centimeters in 2 meters. And that's 2 meters and just 1 centimeter, not 10, 1. And that's 2.0 because the 0 stands for tens in meters, okay? So it's 0 point, and then we have in centimeters, so 0.01. It's not 2.1 because that would make it 2 meters and 10 centimeters. It's 0.01, guys. That's very important when you're changing your meters and centimeters to just express it as a meter. Be very careful about that. And then of a meter, that's 2 and 1 out of a total 100. So that's how you know it, guys. If you look at the 1 over 100, you know then that there's 2 decimal points after, there's two decimal points after the decimal places after the decimal point, because there's 2 zeros in 100. Okay, guys? I hope you understand that. So it's not 2.1, it's 2.01, and 0.01 is 100th, and it is 100th because it's only 201 centimeters. It is not 210 centimeters. And then, yeah, okay, good girl. Oh, gosh, lads, see, no peace, and I'm actually doing this really early in the morning. 345 centimeters. That is 3 meters because there's 300 centimeters in 3 meters because of 100 centimeters being in 1 meter. That's 3 meters, 45 centimeters. That's 3.45, and that's 3 and 45 over 100 of a meter. So that's 45 hundredths of a meter. And when we break that down, we know that 5 goes into 45 9 times, and 5 goes into 100 20 times. So that's 9/20, and that's in its simplest form. So you can express it as 3 and 9/20 of a meter, or 3 and 45 hundredths of a meter. In this instance, I would allow both to be correct, obviously, because they are equivalent, equal to each other, except they're just expressed as in its simplest form, should you be asked. But guys, if you're not asked and you're wondering, should I express it in its simplest form, always err on the side of caution and put down everything. You get marks for everything. You can't get marks if you have nothing down. 2,100 centimeters. So if there's 100 centimeters in in a meter, well then there's 2,000 centimeters in 21 meters. Okay, guys? And then you have 0 centimeters left over. Okay? You have 100 centimeters, C makes the meter as well. So there are 21 meters and 0 centimeters. And then you have 21.00 meters and just 21 meters. Okay? So remember, 100 centimeters is 1 meter. So therefore, 2,100 centimeters. So 2,000 centimeters is 20 meters. So the 100 is 1 meter. So that's 21 meters. And then a half a meter is 0 meters and 50 centimeters, which is 0.5, which is 50 over 100, 50 over 100 of a meter. So that's 50 hundredths of a meter. And then 6.75 meters. Sorry, guys, that is 6.75. For any of you who didn't, I'm sorry about that. You'll just have to write down 675.06. But so don't, you can blame me on that because that should have been 6.75. So, oh, actually, is it? Oh, sorry, guys. it should have been 6.75. So just ignore it. But look at this. So it's 6 meters 75 centimeters, 6.75, or 6 over 75, 6 and 75 over 100th of a meter, which is 6 3/4 of a meter. So just look at that. It's my fault that I didn't have the decimal point in. Okay, and then 7,450 centimeters. So we have 100 centimeters in a meter. There are 450 there. There are 400, so that's 4 meters already. And then there's 7,000, which makes that 70. So 70 and the 4 makes 74 meters with 50 centimeters, half a meter left over. Do you understand that? I'll say that again. Let's look first of all at our 450 centimeters. 450 centimeters. 400 centimeters is equal to 4 meters. 7,000 centimeters is equal to 70 meters. Or 70 meters. And 70 meters plus the 4 meters makes 74 meters, and the 74 meters has has the 50 centimeters to the right there. Guys, meters, centimeters, kilometers. I hope I'm saying the right, giving you the right measurement after it, but you see it in front of you. So if I say centimeters instead of meters by mistake, in my head, I'm actually saying the right thing, but it's coming out incorrectly. What's new, guys? What's new? And then that's 74.5. Why is it 0.5? Because it's 50 centimeters. If it were 5 centimeters, it would be 74.05. Now, if you have to go and listen to this recording again, you can listen to any of my recordings, guys, over the past few weeks, any of them at all, because at the end of the day, I mean, sometimes you need to listen in class. I would have to repeat myself several times, but on the tablet here, I sound crazy. And I know what you're saying, crazy anyway, teacher, Mad Mary. So, but there's 75, and that's 75 and 50 hundredths of a meter, which is 75 and a half a meter. 75 and a half meters. 74 and a half a meter. Okay, guys? There I am saying it incorrectly again. So that's 74 and a half of a meter. Okay? So 74 meters and a half a meter, because when you break the 50, 50 and 50 goes once, what you do to the top, you do to the bottom, what you do to the bottom, you do to the top, what you do to the numerator, you do to the denominator, what you do to the denominator, you do to the numerator. So then it becomes 15 to 50 goes once, 15 to 100 goes twice, so that's half a meter. Okay, and then 201 meters this time, guys. So it's 201 meters, no centimeters, 201.000 to infinity and beyond meters, and then 201 meters. So that was not a trick. It's just to make, like, some of you would look at that and say, oh, there's a catch there. There's not. It is as it is, and I know my alarm there's an alarm going off in the background. Anyway, so that is today's work. Now, this is where it just gets a little trickier, but this is where you have to show how you really understand the whole idea of kilometers, meters, centimeters. You have to use millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers where applicable. You must add 7 kilometers plus 3/4 of a meter plus 800 centimeters. So guys, I'm going to give you a clue in the first one. 7 kilometers, I'm going to bring that all of that to meters. Okay, so I would make my 7 kilometers to 7,000 meters, and then add 3/4 of a meter and 800 centimeters. So you will really have to use your place value where you have your thousands, hundreds, tenths, and units. And you cannot add, if you need to add 800 centimeters to meters, you will have to convert the centimeters to meters, and whatever is left over then express as part of a meter or just as centimeters. Okay, and then 50 2/5 of a centimeter divided by 7. And 4.75 kilometers plus 0.65 kilometers plus 500 centimeters. Now remember, there's a clue there in the 500 centimeters. Use the knowledge you have, how many centimeters in a meter, how many meters in a kilometer, etc. Then 3 7/7 of a kilometer plus 45 centimeters, not meters, not kilometers. 45 centimeters. Then 15 centimeters plus 5 millimeters. I think that's QED. Then 6.1 kilometers minus 76 meters, guys. Not 760 meters, not 76 centimeters, 76 meters. And then 94 kilometers take away 8,900 meters. So please show all your work, not just the answers. And that's just for you working it out, guys. Please do not just put down your answers on your maths in your maths work ever. And that is most important. It is crucial when you're doing any exam. Every exam you do in secondary school, if you do not show your work, you will be deducted a lot of points. The answer is the least important. It is the teacher appreciating that you understood what the question was asking of you and that you showed the correct methodology to illustrate your knowledge and understanding of the question. Okay, and that's most important in maths. Most important. So you have to get into, I suppose, good practice. You have to start now, so you get into a habit. It's a habit that is essential going forward in secondary school. Going forward, it's a real cliche. Anyway, guys, best of luck with that. Those questions. If I were doing those at your age, I would have loved the challenge. I know you think I'm a nerd, but yes, I was a bit of one when it came to maths. Anyway, so now I nearly forgot I have to do a class lesson. I was going to say goodbye. So chance 27. So investigate rolling dice. So predict each of the following. So with the chance of rolling dice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, the chance of throwing an even number, an odd number, and the chance of throwing a factor of 6. So, 2 and 3 are factors of 6 because 2 by 3 makes 6. Okay. And then can you get into groups of 4, which you can't. So if you could do that with your mom or your dad, even just one other person, and you could do the tally, how many times, and then the fraction out of 6, obviously, because there are only 6 numbers of the dice. So if you could read that and do that with somebody at home, it would be great. If you can't, you might have to do it yourself, guys. So 25 times. So each person has to throw it 25 times. I don't know. Some of these really, guys, they're really meant for class group work, and I'm sorry about that. When 2 dice, so think of 2 dice and you roll them at the same time, and that's what we really I suppose in some games when I was growing up, a lot of games had the 2 dice and you threw them at the same time, and you have to roll the dice 30 times, the 2 dice 30 times, and record your results. So the tally: did you get 2 when you rolled them? A total of 2. Did you get 3? Did you get 4? And then the amount of times you got this. So remember when you're doing your tally, if it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross for 5 because it helps you count much more efficiently. And then your total. Which total turns up most frequently? Could you explain that? And which total turns up least frequently? Now, actually, common sense prevailing, you could nearly estimate a guess. Okay. Now, as I said, you cannot be definitive. There's no definite answer to prediction in this respect, because you can only say what's most probable, what's least probable. But even the most probable could turn up as a freak. Like, it's like saying the chances of winning the lotto. Like, probably you're never going to win the lotto, but you can never say definitely you will not win the lotto because it's uncertain. It's just uncertain. Investigate playing cards. There are 52 cards in a deck excluding the jokers. There are 4 suites with so many cards in each. So remember, you have your ace, you have your diamonds, you have your clubs, and you have, oh my god, I'm after forgetting the other one, hearts. Guys, so long, I haven't played cards since I was a child, and I loved playing them as a child. And we used to get a deck of cards in our Christmas stockings, which I loved every year because the old deck would have been torn or lost, misplaced, whatever, and we got a deck of cards every Christmas in our stocking, and I loved playing cards, but I haven't played them since. So I even forget, I hope I'm saying it right, that there are 52 cards in a deck excluding the jokers. Jesus, your parents would be saying, what's wrong with your woman? Anyway, what do you think? Fill in. There's a lot of things wrong with me, and I'd like to think there's a few things right with me. Fill in the missing numbers. So the chance of picking a black card, remember, half the deck is black and half the deck is red. So I'm going to let you do that, guys. If you have a deck of cards at home, it's great. But again, it's all prediction, and it's a chance 1 out of a total. 1 out of a total of, a number. So it's 1 out of a total of 26, or 1 out of a total of 4, etc. You know what I'm talking about. And guys, again, the answers will be uploaded for you tomorrow, please God. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow, guys. And sorry about all the mistakes I made, but I sometimes take so many takes because I'm blah blah. I'm tripping over my words, but I just kind of have to go with it because you know me anyway. I make a few mistakes in the classroom when I start zooming, and with my words or you know. Anyway, guys, we'll talk to you in the morning, please God, and try your best with these. And we, again, Ms. Campbell and I appreciate your consistency regarding keeping up to date with the classwork, and moreover, your maths work, guys. It is crucial for next year. And we thank you so much for sticking with us and for remaining focused and dedicated, because it is hard. You can kind of give up at this stage, but please don't. Stay with us. There's light at the end of the tunnel, and you won't have to hear this voice in another few weeks again. So just we'll work through it. And thanks again, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.